Yay. One month ago. Wow. So awesome. Look at that thumbnail. I should use it for every video from now on. Welcome back. This is tough. 3 years ago. Okay. I don't know why. It's always there when I look up your channel. No other video, just that one. So we have episode 10, 11, and 12. You forgot a thing here. Okay. Here we go.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another Underdog episode.
Let me know if it echoes, by the way.
Today we got Season 2, Episode 10, Good Morning Death. This episode was last edited on August 16, 2025.
Wow. That is one interesting description. Good job. This is a good description. Okay.
I don't know if that's true or not, but just take it with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying? So let's just get right into this. Dylan turned around to see Black Death standing there with the portal behind him fading away. Time to talk? What the hell is there to talk about? Dylan activates his powers. Look, I'm not here to fight. Why are you here then, huh? Beatty steps a little more forward. I'm here to bargain. Bargain? Really? Bargain what? Dylan, I can read a lot of your thoughts. Did you know that? No, I didn't. But what does that have to mean? Sorry. No, I didn't. But what does that have to do with anything? I can see that you've been missing your dead relatives. Your brother, your mother. Yeah, I miss my mom, but my brother, I couldn't care less. You can say that, but I know that's not what you believe. You understand what I mean by I can read your mind. My brother was a murderer. Why the hell would I miss him? He's still your family. Look, I don't give a shit about your family matters speech or whatever. Look, I didn't finish my deal. Alright, finish it then. Let me take the city. Full control. In return, I'll resurrect your mother and brother. That sounds like a great deal. Because I had a talk with your boss, and something he said was when you resurrect someone, some of your power drains. But when I kill someone new, I gain a lot more powers. Dylan's eyes widen at the thought. And the more powerful the soul, the more power you get back. Round of applause. BD claps. The pink
That's my problem with Black Death. Um shoot, it's like Hercules and Hades talking over like coffee or something.
flyer has finally figured it out. You finally connected the dots. So that's why you've been trying to kill me. Precisely why. See, you're the most powerful soul I can find on this earth. So why don't you, go to another earth? Only the few of the Watchers can. Not me. So what do you say? Dylan chuckles at BD's idiocracy. Why the hell would I accept that? Look, sure I miss them, but this city, it has my friends, my favorite restaurants and coffee shops. This is my home. Dylan gets in BD's face, so no, I'm not letting you take control of the city. I'll still give you some time to think about this. BD brings his hand up and snaps, making him vanish, leaving behind a cloud of black smoke and some bones. Zara opens a sliding door, making Dylan turn around. You coming? Yeah, just heard a weird noise. Dylan walks inside the black. Dylan walks inside the house and it cuts to black. The basketball is bouncing up and down. Jake bounces the ball, about to make.
Is this the basketball scene you were talking about? uh um okay.
Atlas ankle's so twisted he gonna need a doctor. Yeah, I keep talking trash, then you better be talking about yourself.
Oh.
Ooh, look at Atlas throwing that shade back. But he's all out of sun. What? Jake spins back and shoots the ball, draining a three.
I can tell. I don't know. It always makes me laugh when you stop talking. And I don't know. You question who wrote it. It's funny. Okay, let's watch the rest of this.
Ooh! Jake gets up on Atlas's face. Sit down, Atlas. Yeah. I could dunk 1,000 times in a few seconds. Oh, but without that speed, you got no skill. Zara walks out from the warehouse of the boys playing. I could cross both you guys in a snap. Portals or not. I'd like to see you try. Better save my energy. I'm still trying to connect to my portal to the death realm. Oh? How's that going? Zara shrugs. I'm close, but I need something to finish the connection. Like an heirloom from there.
Alright,
Alice
thank
looks
God.
at her with a thought in his mind.
Oh my
Why are
gosh.
you looking at me like that? His scythe.
You're right. Thank God.
If we get it, technically that is the main heirloom. It's gonna be tricky to get that though. Maybe something else. Someone who's dead. An item that they used to possess. I think I might have something. But call Dylan first. He will definitely want to see this. It cuts to the team standing by a box. Dylan walks up from behind. Alright, so what are we supposed to be looking at? I don't know. How about we ask Atlas? Guys, hold up. These are really heavy. Atlas turns around with both Wanderer blades sitting on a cushion. The blades. How did you find them? Well, one was lying in the old rubble of our old lab, and the second one.
You didn't edit them out in season 1 either. It's really funny. Ooh, Wanderer. I'm not gonna try.
I asked Timonizer.
Never mind.
Okay. Well, we have a different matter on our hands right now. Black Death. What about him? Last night, Black Death and me talked. Talked? Like face to face with some coffee? Face to face, yes, actually. He wants to make a deal with me. A deal. Literally a deal with the devil. Dylan, what's the deal? He brings back my dead family. And he gets to take control of the city. You mean Zach and your mom, right? Yeah.
What did I call? Um. Oh wait, the coffee. That's that's literally what they did.
You didn't accept it, right? Of course not. I'm not an idiot. I have an idea. Dylan says, walking up to a whiteboard. He draws a circle labeling it me and another one labeling it BD. When me and him talked, I declined the offer, but he left saying him think about it. So all I have to do is lure him out, making him think I've changed my mind about the deal. Then he's walked into our trap. Then we commence the next part. He walks everywhere with his damn scythe. So then when he least expects, when he least expects it, we take it. Dylan nods his head after finishing his drawing and closes his marker. How do we lure him out though? I don't know. It cuts to smooth jazz music, a saxophone, trumpet, a piano player, and some bass. Everyone's sitting at tables eating food. Then it cuts to Dylan, Jake, and Atlas walking in wearing suits. This costed a damn fortune, Dylan blurts. Mine still has a tag on it. Guys, can you just shut up and wear the suits? Atlas, why are we even here? You never told us any details. As you know, my dad is informed about all of our secret identities, and he's coming to meet us to see if we're eligible for help for the police. An underdog task force? That sounds like
All right.
bullshit to me. Just give it a chance, okay? It could help us with some of the smaller crimes around here. A man from behind bumps into Jake. Hey, watch out, the man exclaims, walking to the back room. Jake gives him a suspicious look until Alice's dad walks up from the entrance with a suitcase. Hey guys, I have a reservation, so I'm ready when you are. The four walk over to a medium-sized table and all sit down. What do you think Miranda and Zara are doing right now? Got some Miranda and Zara sitting at the warehouse.
Holy useless. I'm ready for it.
The one night, it's just the girls. There's no crime. Just be patient. After waiting a few more minutes, the control center dings. Miranda rums up and clicks it. Is it something good? Ooh, hell yeah, it is. What? Masked man attempting bank robbery on Cooster. Let's go, let's go. Zara spins her wand, making a portal. The two walk through, appearing right behind the man drilling open the safe. Hey! The man turns around. He can't hear us. Miranda walks up to him and taps on the shoulder. He turns around surprised. He touches a mechanism on his neck, making two automated machine guns on his shoulders unfold,
Whoa.
shooting loads of rounds. He steps back, then Zara flicks her wand, shooting some sparks, and then a clear yellow wall rises from the ground. The bullets bounce off the wall. What the hell do we do? The bullets can't get through, but you can. So slide into the bullets and attack his legs. Okay, that sounds doable. Miranda takes a few breaths.
How do you get this out of Barbie? What? No, genuine question. I don't think this ever happened in Barbie.
Before executing the plan. She does it smoothly, knocking the guy down. The turrets slam against the floor, breaking them. The man groans in pain on the floor. Who are you, huh? Miranda puts her foot on his chest. I just wanted to get some extra money, okay? What's your name? Mike? Lloyd? Cops started piling into the hall. Looks like it's over for you, Mike. Miranda steps back as the cops lock up Mike. Now let's go back and wait for another alert. Yeah, sure. It cuts back to the boys at the restaurant. Probably just sitting around or something. So what do you say? I could arrange some stuff and...
Wait, hold on. Okay.
get an elite team to
Never
help
mind.
you guys out. It would be nice, but the smaller crimes the police have handled, so I think we just have to decline the offer. A microphone tapping sound comes out. Everyone...
Yeah, the best he's been sitting in Dylan's house. Just talking to him, you know. Civilized conversation. Oh my gosh, never
looks up
mind.
to the man on the stage. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming today. And this is a special day because we are announcing the opening of our mini museum, you could call it. Claps roar across the crowd. And to start this museum, we've imported a
Oh,
very
you're right.
special item. A man with a black tarp covered box walks out the side area. An ancient pendant, with some legends saying it has the power to physically and mentally upgrade the wearer. The man sets the box down on the table in front of the speaker. The speaker clinches a spot on the tarp and pulls it off to see through a block, revealing a green gem pendant. All of you may look, but not touch the box. Thank you. The speaker nods his head and walks off the stage, turning off the microphone. Do you guys think the legends are true? Dylan asks. I mean, it's possible, but I don't. A loud sound comes crashing down in the restaurant. As Dylan looks around, he sees that the roof is collapsed with dust everywhere. What the hell? As the dust clears up, Beatty is standing there, kneeling with a scythe in one hand. I heard there's a very interesting pendant here. What do we do? We can't do anything, but the others can. The front door of the restaurant flies open with Miranda and Zara standing there in their suits. Did somebody ask for heroes? The crowd is silent as Beatty turns around. Aw, are you two here to stop me? Yeah, we are. Beatty flicks the air, sending Miranda and Zara flying out the door, then he closes the door. He turns around and smashes the box, grabbing the pendant. I'll be taking this, Beatty says while lifting the pendant and teleporting away. Oh shit. Sorry, Miss Jackson, but we gotta go back to the lab. Miss Jackson. I was thinking of the song, my bad. Oh, sorry, Mr. Jackson, but we gotta go back to the lab. Alice's dad sighs. Gotta do what a hero's gotta do. Good luck, boys. The three nodded, run out of the restaurant to Miranda and Zara laying down. Oh, hey guys. You guys alright? Yeah, we're fine. Dylan and Alice helped them up. So what now? We're getting to the end game now. With that pendant, he could really become unstoppable.
There should have been more to Black Death getting the pendant, cause I don't know, that was super underwhelming. I could have missed it if I like looked away for a couple seconds. Atlas Jackson and Percy Jackson are related? Ooh. No, that would make sense.
Zara, we need that portal open right now. All right. Well, first I can think of an heirloom as. Wait, what? All right. Well, first thing I can think of as an heirloom is what? The blades. Are we even sure he's dead? He got thrown into outer space. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Well, yeah, but still, who knows? It cuts back to the warehouse. Two poles stick up with a zigzag tops connecting by a wire. Underneath is a pad with another wire leading to the blades placed in a box. So how does this work, Jake? Dylan asks. It's simple, really. Zaros will cast a spell onto the blades, and as the spell goes on, it'll flow the power into the
You know, you tell yourself that.
pad, then into the poles, creating a portal. That sounds simple, actually. Jake walks back to a lever. Jake walks. Jake pulls. Oh, yeah, sorry. Jake walks back to a lever and looks at Zara. You ready? Zara nods. 3, 2, 1. Jake pulls the lever down and Zara blasts the box with the blades in it. Then the wire connecting the pad and box glows a purple colored energy. Then, as the energy reaches this.
My mom came down here. Um, I haven't been able to get the computer on for like the last week, and I just had to turn the power strip off and turn it back on again. And I told her, and she came to check on it, and I'm sitting on it right now. So yeah, okay.
Zigzag pulls, a line of energy forms between them, creating the sparks. Is it working? I think so. As a little more time passes, a circle shape starts to form and a portal gets created. Is it to the Death Realm? Yeah, unless I got something wrong, which I didn't. I trust you, so what now? We go in there and confront him finally. The team get together in a bunch and walk into the portal, walking out into a brisk, barren, white.
You're right. You're right. I only thought of turning the actual power strip off and on today. I've been turning my PC off and on like every day, and it hasn't been working. So
white grounded wasteland, but ahead, a castle on top of a hill. I'm assuming that's where he is. Your assumption is correct, Miranda adds. That's where I was locked up. Time for payback. It cuts to them walking up to the castle's entrance. That took way too long. We're here now, so shut up. Alice rolls his eyes. Do we knock or barge in like normal? Barge in! Dylan fire punches the door, gusting it open. And there you go. They walk in admiring the structural work made of bones. And so they've made it. The brave heroes enter the dark villain's lair. A voice echoes from the halls. Will they walk out victorious? Only time will tell. A glowing black circle appears on the ground as BD rises from it.
Black Death. I don't like Black Death. He is bad. He's a bad character, and he has very bad dialogue. I think if the action was a little slower paced, then it would be better. He would be better, you know.
Hello, Team Underdog. I'm very, very glad you finally decided to show up.
Mm.
We're not here to have a dramatic fight, so let's hurry this up. Well, in that case, Speedy reaches his hand out with the pendant from earlier flies into his hand. With this, I am unstoppable. You understand that, correct? It's a 1v3. The odds are in our favor, so you shouldn't be called the underdog. Gosh, you're a joke. You know that? I'm just trying to lighten the mood. This is the end for you all. Once you are all dead, I will go back to New York City and kill Jake and Zara, then the rest of the city will fall to me. Dylan chuckles. You're really confident that you're going to win, aren't you? Seeing who my opponents are? Yes, I am. You think so little of us, don't you? You have come so close to dying multiple times, Dylan, so yes, I do. Well, every time you haven't pulled the trigger, you're afraid. Me? Afraid? Beatty blows air from his nose, emitting a small laugh. You really have no idea who you're messing with. Beatty raises the pendant in front of his face. He shoves the pendant down into his hollow body and it glows red inside of him. After the shine goes away, Beatty stands there, his scythe more sharp, his structure more strong. He's upgraded. Well, now, we might as well call it quits. It cuts back to the team standing in front of him as Zara's voice crackles into their earpiece. The cameras on your suits are glitchy, but did he just upgrade? Yeah, he did. Beatty unsheathes his scythe and cuts a hole into the ground, sending a shockwave through the castle. The bones of the castle start to float up into a portal created by the cut. What did you just do? You'll see. Unless you die right now. Beatty jumps in the air and lands in front of Dylan and swings his scythe. Dylan dodges it by flipping backward. Atlas runs up to Beatty, attempting to hit him, but Beatty slashes Alice to the ground, making him bang on the floor. Miranda and Dylan both run towards Beatty. Beatty slashes Dylan and kicks Miranda, making Miranda fall down the tall height. Atlas, save her! On it. Atlas speeds to the ground, leaving Dylan and Beatty alone to fight. In the background, almost 30% of the castle has been vacuumed into the portal. Dylan flames his two hands and boosts into the air and kicks Beatty in the face. He lands back on the ground and jumps, powering off Beatty's head, knocking his head into the ground. Looking tired over there. Me? Quite the opposite. Beatty takes a deep breath and claps his hands, sending a horde of bones hurtling at Dylan. Dylan stops in midair, slightly struggling to hold him still. Beatty walks up to the vulnerable Dylan and punches him, sending him back. Dylan slides off the ground, but just in time gets a grip on the edge of the land before the drop. Rocks fall as Dylan dangles there. Beatty steps over him. "If your name is Dylan, raise your hands," he shouts. "I'm not an idiot." Dylan lifts his hand using his powers to make a bone hit Beatty in the ankle, knocking him over. Dylan
Oh
grabs him
my
and throws him
god.
off the edge. Alice runs up Miranda and
That's a joke. That's all it took. With an ancient pendant and being a god or something. He was hit in the ankle and knocked over the edge. And that's all it took. He's gone now. Wow. That's crazy. Sure. Sure, I'll ignore it.
in his arms. "Did you beat him?" "Barely, but we gotta get out of here before he gets back up." "How the hell do we even get out of here?" Dylan looks at the portal, sucking in the bones. "One way out." Dylan gets into a flying motion and flies into the portal, and Allison runs into it with Miranda. It cuts to Zara and Jake standing in the portable outpost to view the portal in the sky. Jake? Yeah? All of their body cams turned off. What? Jake walks up to Zara looking at the tablet Zara's holding. Jake scrunches his eyebrows. "What about the comms?" Zara switches to a different tab on the tablet. All their
How what? Oh shoot, from the series. There's only two here. It's fine. That just means I'm gonna watch this one, then I'm gonna watch this one. So official. I'm from Charlie and Mango. That's tough.
mics are inactive. "I think I know what happened." "What?" Jake walks out the outpost and looks at the portal. He watched as all three drop out of the portal. "Well, that explains a lot." Zara twirls open a portal into the rooftop and walks out, stepping onto the new but completed bone floor of the castle. "What the hell happened to you guys?" "Black Death happened to us." "That pendant he stole?" "He was right about it powering up." "Where is he?" "He's still in his realm." Before being able to speak another word, the mic crackle comes in with Jake speaking. "Two helicopters on your guys' right." The group looks to the right and sees the two helis approaching them. "Great." One lands on the bones and the other stays in the air waiting. Two armed guards walk out, followed by a man in a suit. "Team Underdog." "What a pleasant surprise. What brings whoever you are up here?" "Do you not see the bones flying out of the portal?" "Yes, we do, but we got it handled." "What exactly is it you have handled?" "It's too much to explain, but you need to leave." The man sighs. "I have all day, Underdog." A loud explosion erupted from behind. As the helicopter in the air implodes, crashing into a nearby building, a black spirit flies onto the bone ledge and Beatty pops up. "Sorry about the helicopter." "What the hell is that?" the man says while the two armed men point their guns at BD. BD teleports again next to one of the guards and stabs him in the chest. Amidst the
Whoa.
teleporting to the next man, Atlas speeds to stop him from killing anyone else. But the spirit changed direction to Atlas, teleporting in front of him. BD grabs his head and shoves him off to the side. BD grabs a suited man by the neck, and Dylan runs up to at BD, creating an ice sword mid-jump, and BD grabs him by the neck as well. Which one goes first? Miranda from above jumps, holding her pitchfork down in the head, cracking it into his skull. BD lets go of the suited
Whoa.
man and Dylan and falls into pain. He screams. Miranda flips onto her feet. "You guys are just wasting my time. Let me take over. There's other cities you can move to." "Nah, here's just fine." Dylan walks up again and motions everyone else to stay back. He charges his fist. He pulls it back and sends it flying at BD, sending him off the roof. Dylan falls over, passing out. "Dylan!" Alice runs over. "You good?" "Yeah, I'm fine. We gotta go." Everyone shakes their head yes. Soon the final fight will be here. The end of episode
Nice.
10. Okay,
Nice.
that one, I feel like it was throwing a lot of stories at you that just like
I
out of
agree.
nowhere. It had
I
nothing to do with the
agree.
main story. I mean, kind of, but not really. It didn't really move the story ahead at all at some moments. But it was just okay. Thanks for watching.
Oh, you're welcome. Shoot, hold on. I don't want to watch episode 12. I'm not at episode 12 yet. Um,
Hell,
the rating. Ooh, I'm gonna have to give it a like a 7. Too many random parts. And it was really really rushed. Um, and yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10. My microphone is greasy. Hold on. Cause I just put lotion on and I touched it. Okay, it's good now. Let's watch episode 11.
hello
Only 8
everybody, and welcome
minutes.
back to another episode of Underdog. Today we have season 2, episode 11. He who is worthy.
That's a tough name. They do. You I don't know. There's like so many characters, and since yeah, there are so many characters that got added, and since you wrote these like 3 years ago, um you're better now, but since you wrote these like 3 years ago, it's like you didn't know how to like put all those characters into one story and make it like cohesive, you know? Yeah. Let's watch episode 11.
Last edited on July 20th, 2025. I don't think that's true once again, but
Me neither.
let's just get right into it. Fist land punch after punch on a punching bag, sand particles flying out. The camera zooms out, showing Dylan practicing to fight Black Death. Atlas walks in the training room and goes to Dylan. Just reminding you, you have a team that can back you up, you know. Yeah, I know, but I still need to be prepared. Why aren't you training? Because we've been super close to beating him before. We'll be okay. Pathetic. Atlas scoffs and walks out the room. It cuts to a waitress handing out drinks to a table. It zooms over to Atlas and Dylan sitting at a table. Glad to stop training? I couldn't care less about being here. Dude, you need to lighten up. Your mind is distracted. How can yours not be? Because I have confidence. I'll have more confidence once I know I'm ready to fight him, and not just running in there wild. Alright, whatever, let's just try and go and have a pebble hits the window they're sitting by. Both look out and see BD wagging his finger for them to come over to him. They look at each other and raise their eyes. It cuts to them.
Perfectly shows who Dylan is. I don't know. Is he who is worthy? Is that Dylan? Who? Okay. Well, there's only one way to find. There's only one way to find out.
Them standing outside walking towards BD. Hello, boys. What could you possibly want? Off to a great start, clearly. Black Death, do you ever think to just get straight to the point? No, but I wanted to fight. Finally get this shit over with. Great idea.
All
Dylan
right.
whispers
All right.
Atlas. Told you the training would come in handy. Atlas rolls his eyes. Beatty steps back and cracks his fingers. Well, all right. He calls his scythe. Let's get started. The music crescendos and cuts to black. Zara's sitting at a bowling alley looking at her phone. Zara walks up to her. Oh, hey. You wanted a bowl? No, wanted to show you something. It's outside, though. So why do we meet inside? I don't know, 'cause it's cold in October, idiot. They walk outside. Look at that manhole cover. She points at a manhole cover that's shaking rapidly. What the hell? My idea is someone trying to blast them open with turning up the water pressure. Okay, but who and where? We can track it through the pipes. She swirls her hand, revealing the pipes underneath the ground. It leads to the old water pump place. Well, let's go. It cuts back to Dylan and Atlas fighting Beatty. They seem tired with their suits being ripped and torn. Boys, just give up. Let me take over the city. It'll be for the greater good. Trust me. What possibly could make us trust you? Absolutely nothing. He chucks the scythe at them, but instead of dodging, Dylan grabs it. As him and the slice side back slowly, he stops. Enough with the scythe. He holds it horizontally and puts his knee up, snapping the scythe in half. Beatty's face goes neutral. You're acting like I need a weapon to kill you. Now I'm the only one with a weapon. What are you talking about, Dylan? Atlas, remember, Wanderer? No way you're going to. Yup. What is he going to do? You getting nervous? Never. Dylan holds out his hand and closes his eyes behind his scuffed mask. Miranda is sitting at the warehouse spinning in a chair. With a loud glass shatter sound quakes the room. By the time she turns around, all there is a broken glass case and a hole in the roof. It cuts back to Dylan holding his hands out, and finally the two Wanderer blades fly right into Dylan's hands, and he spins them. Uh-oh, Dylan says, smirking. It cuts back to Zara and Jake sitting in a car by the old water pump facility. So, are we waiting for someone to leave or something? Maybe. Maybe not. Then what are we doing in here? I'm trying to find out why this place is even closed. Why would someone even come here of all places? Exactly, which doesn't make sense to me. Zara's scrolling on her tablet and then finds an article on the facility. This says something about maintenance. So they snuck in and rebooted the system? Yep, and we're ready to go bust them in the act. They get out the car and walk towards the building. Zara portals in as Jake follows. Inside the building, they see the water pump, but it's encased in a white and orange case, which is like everything else in the building which unlike everything else in the building is in pristine condition. What is this, the water pump? Yeah. What's on it? Some kind of protection, maybe? Says Nalumbo Industries. The heck is a Nalumbo? No clue. It cuts back to the fight, and Beatty seems to be a little nervous. Cool blades.
All right, let's look it up. It is like a type of water lily or something. Oh, it's a lotus. Oh, okay. I see now. I see. It's pretty. What about the lotus? Oh my gosh. What about the lotus though? Like what's it got to do with anything? It's important. Okay.
Dylan throws him in the air. It zooms in on the symbol on the blade. It glows blue. The blades stick in the ground and shoot an ice spike right where Beatty was standing, sending him airborne. Dylan leaps up and pierces Beatty's bony rib with the left blade. Dylan puts Beatty below him as they fall. Once they make impact with the ground, Dylan squeezes the other blade in tightly and starts to pry Beatty's rib cage open.
Whoa.
Dylan screams as he exerts all of his power, but before Dylan can pry it fully open, Beatty smacks him to the side. Atlas walks up to Beatty. Black Death, why do you keep fighting us? You haven't succeeded once. Listen, it's all part of his plan. Whose plan? The one who created you. Dylan. Well, your powers at least. What are you talking about? You'll understand one day. Beatty snaps his fingers and ravens haul him away. Why does he fight us and just leave every time? I don't know. Also, what the hell is he talking about?
Oh, they're becoming sentient. Ooh. Why does he fight us and leave every time? I I asked that too.
Look, let's just get back to the warehouse and talk about it with the team. It cuts back to Zara and Jake following a pipe attached to the water pump. Eventually, they find out it goes into the sewer grate. You want to go in? I feel like we have to. Don't make me regret this, Zara. Zara lifts up the grate and pushes it to the side. They both climb down the ladder and into the sewer. Inside, they continue to follow the pipe until they reach a dead end. The pipe just goes into the brick wall with no sign of a door or entrance. Well, shit. All that for nothing. No, hold your horses. Zara waves her hand and makes the wall highlight. From this, she finds a hidden switch opening the brick wall. Zara gives Jake a told you so look. Inside the walls are white with
Good
lines of
job.
orange, similar to the pump's casing. When we went to an old water pump factory, this is not where I expected to end up. They're about to reach the end of the hall before Black Death appears behind them. Zara, Jake, what do you want? How did you find this place? What makes you think I'd tell you? Listen. Beatty holds his hand out and Zara gets pulled to it. He holds her up. Don't even try using your powers. I've silenced them. Jake stands there not knowing what to do. Jake, if you don't want to end up like she will, I advise you not to open that door and just go home. What are you going to do with her? Make her my prisoner? Bye-bye.
No.
No! As Beatty is teleporting, Jake runs up but trips and falls. A cloud of
No.
black smoke lingers in the trail of Beatty. It cuts to the warehouse where Dylan, Atlas, and Miranda are all
Dude.
there. Miranda, where are the others? They went on something. Jake runs into the warehouse in a panic. Zara got captured. Dylan's eyes go wide. Dylan, you gotta calm down. No. Listen, I'm gonna go cool off somewhere. Dylan flies away into his apartment. There he walks in and rummages through the closet. He pulls out a device. He presses a button on the side and it turns on. A purple swirl spawns inside of it. Black Death, you're in for one ass kicking, he says as he walks into the portal, teleporting to the Death Realm. End of episode 11.
Whoa.
That one was actually pretty good, but it was really short. It was too short. It could have been, if it was longer, that could have really been a good one. Honestly, I felt like it was way too short.
I
I
agree.
think if you're watching,
You're welcome. I was abrupt. But um my rating right now is 7.9. It was too short, so it gets points deducted. Points deducted. But I really liked it. I don't like that Zara. Oh my gosh. I don't like that Zara gets kidnapped though. I don't like that part. Making me angry. Okay.
hello everybody, and
Whoops.
welcome back. This is the last episode of season 2. Episode 12, An Inescapable Grave.
We're in season
Last
finale.
edited on August 9th, 2025. So I don't know, I don't think that's very accurate, but I don't know. Let's go. Jake and Miranda are at Dylan's apartment, lockpicking the door. Are we positive he's here? Yeah, I'm sure. Eventually the pick breaks. Can we just break the door
I do
down?
too.
I'm not trying to make a scene. But she breaks it down anyway, and walks into the doorway and enters the living room of the apartment. They rummage through the house until they get into his room where the portal machine is lying there. Oh no. What is that? Jake looks at Miranda. I have no idea. Miranda says, puzzled. It cuts to Dylan sitting behind a dead bush, wiring a panel in his
Wow, I
mask.
wonder when the last time
He
that
closes
happened.
the panel and puts on the mask. It goes to a first-person view inside in his mask. Ash, a personal assistant, pops into the mask. By the way, this is literally never used after this episode, by the way. Yes, Dylan? Is there a way you can see if my friends are looking for me? Yes, let me check. A hidden camera inside a bookshelf inside his room awakens and looks to the left and right and left, seeing Jake and Miranda standing over the portal machine. Alright. Hopefully I don't know what that is. It cuts to the warehouse with Atlas, Jake, and Miranda standing around the portal machine. Do you know what it does? Do you know what it is, Atlas? Zara made it. It's a portal.
I would, but that second where I paused and muted my mic, my mom said she has food for me. So I do have to go eat after I finish this.
Portal. He's in the death realm. Thanks, Zara. Now Dylan's gonna die and his head's gonna be mounted up onto a wall. The room falls silent as Jake is stared at. He's not gonna die because we're gonna make a portal too. Dylan is walking through the rough wasteland with the skeleton cast.
I won't stream it, but I will start it tonight.
Castle still being transported into the portal to New York. Oh, why did the portal have to take me 10 miles away from the castle? He hears a crow and looks up, seeing crows carrying something. Black Death Black Death must be home. Back at the warehouse, how are we going to make a portal to the Death Realm? Geez, Atlas, I don't know. How did Zara make the last one? Why did she even get captured? He wanted to lure Dylan in, and it worked. It cuts to Zara in a poorly lit room. Her hands are chained above her head and her feet are cuffed together, and it looks like her clothing has seen better days. A knocking sound vibrates. Hey, Zara. Beatty walks in the room. What do you want? I just wanted to tell you this will be over soon. My castle is almost fully transported to the city. You know we'll stop you. Haven't seen you stop me yet. Just you wait. Beatty turns around and walks away. Zara sighs and goes limp. Dylan, I know you're on your way. Dylan is still walking, but now he's only a mile or so away from the castle. Dylan? Yes, Ash? Why don't you just fly to the castle? I'm trying to stay low. Who knows what kind of cameras Beatty has or something. Well, good news. You are very close to the castle. You think you can find where Zara is? I will try. A mechanical sound comes from the mask. A life form has been detected. Show me. Dylan starts to run up to the room Zara's in and starts to kick on the bones. Eventually, a small hole breaks open from the kicking. Soon, a huge hole forms and Dylan crawls through. Zara, you're here. Yeah, and I'm here to save you. He walks up to her and starts to break the cuffs on her feet. Where's everyone else? About
Yay!
that, I kinda came alone. Zara sighs. You know how bad of an idea that is? Yeah, I know, but I needed to save you. Alright, let's just get out of here. They both crawl out of the hole and track their steps back to the portal. Zara walks in first, but as Dylan is about to walk in, Beatty flies in and grabs Dylan by the chest of his suit. Hey, Dylan, what you doing here? Let me go. Sure. Beatty throws Dylan into the air. Mid-air, Dylan tries to recoup himself as Beatty still flies toward him. Eventually, Dylan starts to control himself and starts to fly. He switches direction and flies head-on to BD. Dylan screams as he gets closer. BD gets a hold of Dylan's neck and starts punching it.
Whoa.
Dylan Dylan grabs his hand and headbutts him. As BD is stunned, he gets free of his grasp and makes ice daggers and throws them at BD, breaking them on his head. Oh, I should know that doesn't work. Dylan taps into his comms. Oh, look who's finally here. Yeah, alright. Me and Black Death are in the air right now, fighting. I need you to come to my apartment and go into the portal and help me. Alright, don't do anything like this again, idiot. Wasn't the portal in the warehouse? Maybe he
Yeah.
doesn't know they took it, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. Dylan
I mean, that's good because like not there hasn't been like a lot of character development. It's nice to take like a season or maybe season and a half to and dedicate that to like character development if there's like next none and you're halfway through your show, you know?
Dylan taps out of his comms and focuses back on BD. BD spawns in a whip formed of bones and snaps it at Dylan. He grabs it and launches to BD and kicks him in the head. It makes a fire and sparks his cloak on fire, revealing his full bony structure. BD's head fully turns around and a black mist comes out of his mouth. Dylan tries to swat it away but falls off of BD while doing so. He crashes onto the ground. Ah, dang. BD lands on top of him with his foot on his head. He kicks his head into the ground over and over and over again, making Dylan doozy. Fighting me by yourself, and I was here thinking you were powerful? It cuts to a close shot of Dylan's bloody face seen through the torn mask. He's heavily breathing. Come on, say something. You're always pretty witty. Struggling Dylan holds his arm out. What are you doing? His hand opens. You want me to shake it or something? He bends down and shakes his hand, but then something hits BD.
This sounds like something you'd find in a cartoon.
Slightly cracking his bones. It pans over with the dire sun shining on Dylan as he stands up with the Wanderer blades. As this is
Whoa.
happening, the tears in his mask start to repair. Why be witty when I can just kick your ass instead? It cuts to the warehouse with the portal machine just sitting there dormant. So you're telling me you went in and just closed behind you and Dylan didn't walk through? Zara stays silent for a moment. Yes. Alice stands there disappointed. You have to make a new one. I will. Just may take a little bit. We don't have a little bit. Dylan could be dying in there, or we could already be dead.
No,
I know what
he's
to
alive
do.
and well.
Jake speaks. The portal that's making his castle come here, we came out of it before. Why not just go in it? I like it. Let's do it. All of us? Yeah. Zara rolls her eyes. It cuts to the four looking up at the portal moving the castle to Earth. Well, who's first? Atlas speeds in the portal and the others follow. Inside, they are flying through a green, crazy-looking tunnel. It cuts to a wide scene of the portal above the castle. One by one, they all plop out onto the roof. They get up and Atlas talks. So where do we think he is? Beatty goes flying to the side of them, and Dylan follows walking. Oh, hey guys. Wanna help? Cuts to Beatty. It cuts to Dylan spinning the blades, walking towards Beatty on the ground. My whole team is here now, Black Death, and there's nowhere to go. Nowhere? He floats into the sky and
I
disappears.
agree.
Excuse me? Guys, I think we're stuck. They turn around and see that the huge green portal is closed and the castle is now fully transported. Damn, he outsmarted us. We're gonna die here, aren't we? It cuts back to New York and Beatty reappears inside of his fully formed castle. Some police helicopters are flying towards it. Please surrender and exit the building. Loudspeakers blare. Beatty steps out. He looks at one of the choppers and slowly clenched his fists, crushing the chopper and the people inside of it. He goes to the other
Whoa.
one and sticks his pointer finger up and spins
Wow.
it, making the chopper spin out of control, crashing into a building. Beatty
Wow.
smiles and it cuts back to the team in the death realm. They all are sitting down together. Does anyone have some sort of plan to get out of here? I do. Dylan's assistant Ash says. Who was that? I've been coding an assistant into my mask. Oh well, let's hear its idea. If Atlas runs through two of Zara's portal, it would create the same effect as two different speedsters running in circles like you and the copy did. How does it... I'm not even gonna ask. Let's give it a shot. Zara makes the portals and Alice stands in the middle of them. We ready? Yeah, let's do this. Alice gets ready and starts to run through them, getting faster and faster. The camera looks up, seeing something is being formed. Eventually it gets finished and Alice stops running, slightly out of breath. Well, there is a way out. Sure, it'll take us out. We'll see. They jump into the newly formed rift and they are in a dark room. Where are we? I see a doorknob. Alice twists the knob and there's a random man standing there and starts to scream, making the team start screaming. It cuts to the four standing over his passed out body. Dylan shakes the man's head. His eyes start to flicker open. Hey, we're not here to hurt you. We're good guys. Why are you in my closet? Dylan helps him up. That is a great question, but I think we're actually gonna go. They start to walk out the front door. Excuse me, you can't just leave. The last team member closes the door behind them. Nobody's gonna believe me. It cuts outside where they try to figure out where they are. We are in Wyoming. At least we're on Earth. I'll make a portal back to New York. Zara starts to make it, and Dylan walks to the side with Atlas.
Dude, not enough of a side character. Well, there's actually a certain amount of side character you need to give a side character in order for it to be a side character. And clearly AI is the best writing tool ever. So you should very clearly obviously believe the AI. You know.
Alice, you hanging in there, dude? I'm trying. How's the sickness? Still haven't found a cure. You'll be alright. Trust me. Damn it. Zara exclaims in the background. Dylan chuckles. How are you and her?
That's good. That's good. You wrote Underdog by yourself and that that is wonderful.
To be honest,
You used your own
terrible.
brain.
She's got a lot going on. Having mystical powers is a tough job. You got meteoral powers. I don't think that's a word. Still, crazy to think we have powers. You had powers way before me. Doesn't matter. You got more popular and powerful than me. Damn right I did. They share one more laugh before Zara finally makes the portal. Alright, let's go. It cuts to a shot of the portal inside the warehouse. As they all walk out, Jake goes to the comms table and the other four get ready to go. Wait, Jake. New mask? I got you. Didn't it heal though, I thought? Whatever. Jake throws a mask at Dylan, he catches it, takes his ripped mask off and throws it away and puts on the new one. Alright, let's go kill Death. They walk out of the warehouse and go to the castle. They land on the front steps and see the choppers that he broke earlier. They reach the door and Dylan punches it, stepping in. You guys break the castle, I'll try to find him. And when you do, there'll be no more Black Death. Alice speeds around breaking
No
bones
more
as Zara and
BD.
Miranda attack them with their
Ooh.
weapons and powers. Oh, Black Death! He breaks a wall, walking through it. Come on, don't be scared.
Some peak
The
voice
castle
acting right
crumbles a
there.
bit, hiding from me. What a coward. The castle crumbles a little more again. Dylan hears footsteps behind him. He turns around in the seat, and there he is. Hello, Dylan. Black Death. So this is it. One of us will win, and one of us will lose.
Whoa,
There's always
okay.
time to surrender.
I'm
I
sat
have a
for
mission
this.
that I have to complete. He needs me to complete it. Still have no idea what you're talking about? But you can go back and tell him it was too hard to complete. Beatty sighs. Beatty claps and bones start flying at Dylan. He gets impacted by them. Dylan gathers himself and pulls out the Wanderer blades. As the castle crumbles, Dylan throws the blades at BD. After they rebound off of him, he retrieves the blades and throws them, making a circle around Dylan, chipping the walls in BD's body. BD stands up straight and walks to Dylan. He tries punching him, but Dylan blocks it and tries to headbutt BD, but BD headbutts stronger. Dylan then grabs him, holds him in one hand, and then chucks him through one of the walls. The castle starts to break more.
Ooh.
Dylan jumps through the hole in the wall, and BD is trying to get back up. His chest is starting to look cracked, and he seems tired. Dylan stands over him. It's over for you. You know, me dying is fine. This is a domino chain. I'm only the first piece. You're absolutely crazy. Dylan stomps on BD's head until his skull completely shatters. Atlas
Whoa.
speeds over and the others come over. Is he dead? Never thought I'd say this, but Death has finally died. Well, now what? As the team is talking, the body of BD starts to make a strange sound and his stomach starts to bulge. Jake is the first to notice. Guys? Jake points and they all look back. And a weird looking orange and white mechanical claw looking thing rips out of the stomach. And another comes out. Another. And a fourth and final. They start to bend and shake, and the bones break as something flies out of his chest. As some
Ooh.
dust settles, an orange and white robot is standing there, with sharp-edged pointed claws on his back, with a very humanoid figure. With a speaker on its mouth covered in the same colored paint, it looks up and talks in a slightly robotic voice that sounds awfully human. The domino chain has begun. It cuts to
Ooh,
black,
that is.
and the credits roll.
That's tough. Holy moly. I give that episode an 8.9 out of 10. It's not episode 5 level, but I think it was interesting. It was a good season finale. I liked it. Can't wait to watch season 3 and season 4. Ooh, I can't wait for that. My final rating is an 8.9 for this episode. For the entire season as like a whole, the start really like drags it down. But I'm gonna give it a 7.9 out of 10 for the entire season. I think it was good, but it was like too fast paced for some episodes, and it was got really random at times, you know? Like a filler episode within an episode. He was. I wasn't a huge fan of him. Know who I do like? I like Timenizer. He's cool. Anyways, I should probably get off here before my parents start to yell at me because I'm not going upstairs to eat. but it was fun, and I will start season 3 tonight. Bye. I will.